Pitt Greenville Unicom, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, requesting a radio check. Pitt Greenville?
840 Alpha Bravo, radio, loud and clear.
Roger, thank you, sir.
But you know his name was Roger.
So, just a good guess.
Oh, okay.
I figured I'd go with it. Pitt Greenville traffic, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo will be taxiing to runway 02 for departure, be departing to the west, Pitt Greenville.
And away we go. Okay, sir, short field takeoff. Talk to me about how to do this short field takeoff. I'm your student, you're my instructor, the almighty instructor.
Okay.
So you're going to instruct me how to do a short field takeoff, and then you're going to show me one.
Okay. On the short field takeoff, you're going to hold the brakes, run the engine to full throttle, release the brakes, and you're going to rotate at 59. The goal is maximum power for the shortest possible takeoff length.
Okay, that makes sense. So why do we go full power and then brake release? What's the purpose of that?
So that you're getting full power.
Okay. So we're actually checking to make sure we are getting full power. So we're doing a static RPM check.
Okay.
So when you go full power, check gauges, RPM 26, 2700. Yeah, I'm good. Brake release.
Gotcha.
We'll climb out, so we'll rotate 59, 60 knots, and we'll climb out at what airspeed?
66.
66 VX, clear the obstacle, then typical VY, which happens to be the same on this aircraft, which is kind of crazy.
What's the difference typically? I don't know what's the difference.
5, 7 knots,
Really?
maybe knots or so, yeah. So 20 is 60 and then 75, so that's what, 15 knot difference?
Really?
I'm sorry, that's a lot, 67 knots. Too many airplanes today.
Okay, everything on here.
Okay.
Checking the amperage.
Okay, and then once you turn things back off, you should see those drop down.
Pick Greenville Unicom, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo. We'll be departing runway 02, Pick Greenville.
Just for sure, it's Pick Greenville traffic, not Pick Greenville Unicom.
Gotcha.
Okay, sir, short field takeoff for me, please. Israel, you ready to get in the back, sir?
I'm ready.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep. We'll assume a standard FAA 50-foot obstacle. I will call clear the obstacle for you by saying clear the obstacle.
Okay.
Let's turn our strobes back on if you don't mind, sir. That way we're legal. Thank you. Short field, let's go to the grass line.
Okay.
Use all available runway. On your check rides, you want to come over here and put that right wheel almost in the grass and then make a nice 90-degree turn so you're maximizing all available runway. Otherwise, you could get failed on that maneuver.
Really? Okay. Alright, you ready, sir?
I'm ready for you, sir. Comes up, a quick status check, everything's green, good RPMs, runway's clear. Alright, away we go. Clear the obstacle.
Pick Greenville traffic, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, turning crosswind, runway 02, Pick Greenville. Put us right into the sun, huh?
Yeah, we did. Alright, let's get the autopilot working.
On this,
Yep, looking for 2,000 feet.
do I have to set it here as well? An altitude, okay.
You don't have to. It's not on one. This is all black. Even though you pushed it, sometimes it doesn't come on. Now it's on.
Now nav.
Okay. Nav is armed. And it's armed because we're so far off course. What you can do is come here, set your heading bug, set the intercept angle, and because it's armed, once it gets on course, it will turn on course for you. Now you've got vertical speed, but you don't have it armed. So go ahead and hit arm. And see how that's altitude arm 2,000?
Right.
And just switch to altitude, it sees 2,000 feet, meaning it should be leveling off. Don't like things flashing at me in the cockpit, that was the PDOT heat. It looks like it's leveling off at 2,000.
Okay. Easy up here.
Yeah. Pull your power back to more of a cruise power setting. Yeah. 3,000 feet, just keep it full rich on the next turn. Okay, sir, let me know when you have flying and field in sight. We are 6 miles away. You've already got your frequency set up. Excellent job. Let's just go ahead and start monitoring. If you don't want to switch frequencies, at least begin monitoring the frequency. I'm sorry, I just saw that. Good job, excellent job. I retract my statements.
So what it's doing now is because you intercepted the heading? Okay.
No, but you've just now intercepted the course. Okay. So zoomed in quite tight. So we were way off course because we came around here. Yeah. We had a heading, it's now intercepted the course. Okay. And now it's tracking that course. Oh, wind's a little different. I thought we may have runway 3, we may have 21.
That's right.
Oh, we'll have an obstacle.
Oh boy.
There's a 4-foot chain link fence at the threshold of runway 21.
Okay.
Were you guys, when you guys do your solo cross country, you guys going to back seat with each other?
Can you do that?
Cross country? No, you can't do that. That's a trick question. Just make sure. Okay, just checking. I spy an airport.
And is that it? Just off the nose right there?
Coming up on it. Coming up nose. Not right on the spinner, it's just a little bit past that.
Okay.
But it is pretty much right off the nose.
You're right there where that highway is.
Yep.
The car that's passing.
You got it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Good. Catch up.
Autopilot.
Okay, so we'll start making some calls. Call is Flanagan traffic.
Okay. Flanagan traffic, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo is 2 miles to the east of the field, inbound for touch and goes, Flanagan traffic.
Yeah, we'll do full stops on all of them.
Stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my house down there, my pond.
Is it really?
I wish. You've got the tower in sight? 12
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay, I see the field. Where was that smoke at back there? So you think
there's a windsock on the corner of the hangar.
Okay, I do see it.
Okay.
I'll just try to do 03.
You want to do 3?
What do you think?
I'm thinking about take a look at the windsock again.
Okay, I do see now.
94 feet elevation should be at 1,100 feet for pattern altitude.
Okay.
Alright, so you want me to do the first landing so you can kind of get a feel for things and do the first takeoff?
Yes, sir.
Alright, we can do that. Okay, I've got the airplane.
Okay, your airplane.
My aircraft, thank you, sir. I'm going to climb back up pattern altitude and go ahead and turn a crosswind. Flank and field traffic. 840 Bravo is crosswind 21, full stop flank and field. We're going to do taxi back on all of the landings. Now I was told the field was in pretty good shape. I see a little standing water there. We'll see how it is. We may or may not be landing. We're going to be okay then.
Altitude.
Here, sweetie, thank you. Oh, that was bad. Flank and field traffic, 0 Bravo downwind 21, full stop flank and field. Okay, so we're on the downwind leg, flight traffic patterns, soft field landings, just like any other traffic pattern. Coming up the beam, the landing spot there, about where the grass turns green, we're going to be landing just a little beyond that. deploy, that's almost impractical due to the fence there at the road. A couple of things to watch out for is the fence. We've got to clear the fence on the approach on this runway.
Okay.
So you're looking for vehicles, particularly 18-wheel large trucks and stuff. You would hit those if you fly a normal approach path to the runway. So on final, we're kind of checking if we have to do a go around, do a go around.
Okay.
Usually if there's cars, I try not to fly over the cars. Most of the time they'll slam on brakes thinking you're crashing into them. I've seen that happen several times out here. One guy went into the ditch because of it on the vehicle. Flank field traffic 0 Alpha Bravo, base 21 flanking field. And so how are we feeling right now? What do you think? We high, too low?
I think we're too high.
Okay, I'm going to agree with you. I'm slowing down, go ahead and deploy my landing flaps. Most clear, flanking field 0 Alpha Bravo, final 21 flanking field. Alright, so looking for about 70 knots. Go ahead and start slowing things down. The wind's going to push me back over the center line. There's about 71 knots. Full flaps, checklist complete. Trim up the airplane for my airspeed out of 1. Looks pretty good. So the man with the soft field, we're going to try to touch down nice and gently, no brakes if possible. And we're going to keep the nose gear all the way off the runway as much as possible by holding back on the elevator. A little fast, I think we can bleed that off there, 70. Traffic looks fine. I'm a little high on this one, but we've got the room. I think we'll be okay. Alright, here we go. Let's start our nice flare. Just use the touchdown, just kind of walking it down. There we go. Holding the nose up. As long as possible, using a back stick. I want to do some light braking because it's going to be required, not heavy braking. There's the nose gear. Notice I've got a stick full aft at this point. Right. The elevator will stay full aft until we break ground again, so it will remain all the way aft. Now the edge of this runway gets quite soft, so we're going to try to stay in the center as much as possible. We'll just come down here to the end, make a 180. Now these cones are just high enough to hit the pilot tube on this airplane, so you have to watch your wings. Flank field, traffic 0 Bravo is back taxi 21 for immediate departure flank field. I'm going to let you taxi the airplane. I've got the flaps. I'm going to let you taxi the airplane so you feel the difference of grass versus pavement whenever you're ready, your aircraft.
Okay, my airplane.
Your airplane. And you say, we're here at 1,600 RPMs just to keep this airplane moving. That would be quite crazy on pavement. You'd be 40 knots already.
Right.
I'm sure that stick stays all the way back.
Stays all the way back.
Yep.
On taxiing, it's okay to taxi back at a faster pace than you would typically taxi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to, not extremely fast, but you do want to expedite to get off the runway.
Okay.
You always want to be on the runway the least amount of possible time as possible. Yeah, she's a little soft.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, I'm going to set the trim while you're taxiing if you don't mind. Feel the groove. Okay, flaps are set to take off. So it looks good. As you may recall, for the soft field takeoff, we'll have the stick all the way back. You gently bring the nose up. Lots of rate rudder or power comes full power, the nose will pop up. We're going to get the airplane flying as slow as possible airspeed. Should be at or just below stall speed. Get the into ground effect, hold on ground effect to build the airspeed, and then climb out as normal. Okay. Alright, I'm coming up on flight controls, and I have the airplane at this point, so I can show you exactly what I'm looking for.
Okay.
So we're going to kind of mosey over a little bit this way. There are ropes and tie downs over here we have to be careful of. We'll just kind of head towards that gas tank here. Look around, because we don't want to stop. Traffic's clear, we'll make a call. As we come around, we're going to start adding power. Got some FOD here on the runway, so we can get on the far side of that. Flank field, 840 Alpha Bravo is departing 21 flank field, left close traffic. Looks like a box or something. Okay, power's coming up, because we've got a short runway. Go ahead and try to use that curve as part of our runway length. All the way back, there's my nose. You can feel it kind of jumping around a little bit. Sit up in the seat a little bit so you can see over the nose. Come on, baby, here we are. There's Airspeed's good, 6670 knots. Right between threes. Up we go. And normal climb out from here. Airplane's all yours, sir.
Okay, my airplane.
Your airplane, all right? Show me how to do that.
Good, all right.
The field is a little soft today, so we do not want to stop at all costs. Okay. Otherwise, we might be pushing the airplane out.
Flanagan Field, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, turning crosswind, runway 021, Flanagan Field.
Nice debut up flying. Okay, go ahead and set your power.
Flanagan Field, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, downwind, runway 21, Flanagan Field.
Okay, Instructor Israel, how'd that look?
Your landing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Plan takeoff look alright?
Takeoff pretty good too. Yeah.
Okay.
Pass that item of the stage check.
Go ahead.
Pass that item of the stage check.
Excellent. That might be the first time I've passed. Okay, you got it. Just like a normal landing, as far as the traffic pattern. The key to is on final approach. Early and final approach, get your aircraft configured, full flaps, get your airspeed, and you start working around. We really want to do that on all lands, but particularly short field and soft field. That's really the key. Get yourself established and stabilize early on the final approach, and things will fall right into place for you.
Okay. I'm drifting off the downwind here. Flanagan Field, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, turning base, runway 21, Flanagan Field.
At any point in time you're not comfortable, do go around. This is only about 2,400 foot runway, so you cannot land halfway down the runway. It's got to be in the first third or we go around. There's my house again.
Yeah. Somebody told me who lives in that house.
Flanagan Field, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, turning final, runway 21, Flanagan Field.
Okay, looking good. Altitude looks pretty good. Just a little fast, but we'll blade that off here shortly. Runway's clear. Alright, let's get your landing flaps set. Looking good. Here, come in fast. Slow us down, slow us down. There you go. Very good. That's what you want.
Traffic looks good.
You're good. Proceed on. There you go. Good. Hold it off. Hold it off. That's right. Hold the nose up. Hold the nose. Keep pulling back on the nose. Keep pulling back. Keep pulling back. Keep pulling back. Good. Keep pulling back. Start down light brakes. All the way back on the stick for your nose. There you go. All the way back. Hold that stick full back. Brakes. It's coming up. Hell of the brakes. Alright, just kind of make a wide turn here. You don't want to do anything sharp on grass. The airplane will actually slide on the grass. All the way back on the stick the entire time. Thanks, sir. Flying traffic, 0 Bravo back, taxi 21 for immediate departure, flying field. Clear, clear. Alright. Congratulations, sir, on your first landing on the grass.
See about the takeoff, that's the interesting thing.
That's okay, because, you know, if you do it wrong, you'll end up in those trees, so you're no right around. Your landing looked pretty good. Nice job.
Yeah, we're not going to the trees today.
No, I hope not.
I'm not planning on that.
I really don't feel like getting fired today.
Here's the soft spot of the field.
Yeah, kind of right in there. This is usually the corridor right through here. It's usually really good, and it's not quite that to be the case today. Thomas, you have no perimeter fence to this airport, so you always do have to watch out for dogs living in these houses over here, or cattle. You never know what's going to run out front of. We've chased deer off the runway before, so do be alert of something running out in front of you at the last minute. Okay, one good landing. Let's do 2 more, and then we'll head back to G Vegas.
That sounds good.
As you come right here, go ahead and start getting yourself set up for the takeoff. Clear the traffic as you make the turn. Don't hit the box on your turn. And you can go ahead and whenever you're ready, make a call.
Flying against traffic, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, be departing runway 21, left close traffic, flying a field.
Alright, start powering up. There you go, nice. Nose is going to bounce a little bit, a little more right rudder. And you're just going to have rock and roll with it, try to get everyone right rudder, right rudder. Hold it up, hold the nose up. There you go, gently relax that pressure. Push forward, get in your airspeed. There you go, and over we go. Not bad, not bad. Need a little more right rudder heading towards that left side.
Yeah.
And bounce it feels for that, you're going to get bounce and stuff. Just kind of yin with it, just kind of work it, make the airplane do what you want it to do. It's going to probably bounce a couple times coming off this runway. Just go with the flow. Overall, pretty good job. Now you got the nerve-wracking one done, you know you can do it. Let's do 2 more for fun.
Okay, sounds good. Flying a field, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, turning crosswind, runway 21, flying a field. Flying in traffic, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, turning downwind, runway 21, flying in traffic.
Question for you, if you lost your engine, can you make it back to the airport? If your answer is no, then you're too far. You guys are at the point now, your pattern should always be in point, you can make it back to the airport. Flying in traffic, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, turning base, runway 21, flying in traffic.
traffic, Diamond 8 was Alpha Bravo, turning final, runway 21, planning in traffic.
Make sure your props all the way forward, thanks, sir. I'm back off power a little bit. We're a little high and it's going to make us a little fast. Just glide on down. Don't force it, you can't force it. Okay, start getting on the brakes. Back on the yoke. Alright. Gonna stick, more brakes. There you go. Kind of counter out your brakes with your yoke. You didn't have much room for that one.
No, I did not.
Alright, so you gotta pick your point. Gotta pick your point and stick with it. If you land long, it's no good. You've got some room margin of error, but it's not much on this runway. Alright, let's get the flaps up. Just watch out when you went right over those other columns there. Luckily, we're just outboard of the flaps, so we're okay. I like to go just a little nose up trim on the trim for soft fuels. It just kind of helps with your back pressures.
Again, switch tank, sir.
Alright, sounds good. A little high, so we kind of dove. So you're trying to force it, so you said for another run, that's a number one, well, not number one, but that's a good way to get yourself in trouble. Because you're forcing the airplane to do something it doesn't want to do, which is land too fast. And if the airplane lands too fast, it's still ready to fly. I don't care what you do. It's going either one, it's going to crash on you, or two, it's going to put you back in the. What should have been, what would have been a better way to handle that situation?
Go around.
Go around, you got it. It's particularly a short field like this. If it doesn't fall in place, you've done something wrong, all bets are off. At that point, it's too late in the ball game to try to fix it.
Yeah.
That's how pilots get themselves hurt or damage airplanes. That's what I was saying. As soon as you turn final, get yourself immediately set up. Proper airspeed, proper descent rates, get yourself stabilized and trimmed up. At that point, should be just minute tweaking of the flight path and not a major correction. Okay, well, let's do another takeoff. We'll do one more landing.
Okay.
And then we'll do a little instrument stuff on the way back to Greenville.
Sounds good. Flanagan Field, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo for departure, runway 21, Flanagan Field. I was watching it.
Alright, just a second. Gotta look close from here.
It was close.
That tail's all over the place. Push forward, get yourself some airspeed. Never be more than 10 feet off the deck right as you break ground.
That was a bad one.
Yeah, watch that airspeed, lower that nose some for me. Yeah, not enough right rudder again. You saw you started correcting, but then you're all over the place, and then you think you're worried about your rudder, and you forgot to hold it in. You were coming out slow airspeed with sink back in a ground effect.
I'm gonna do better than that.
All right.
Flanagan Field, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, turning crosswind, runway 21, Flanagan Field.
visual. Doing okay back there, sir?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, thank you. You can always feel stuff because you're further from the center of gravity than we are. We're right on the center of gravity. Any kind of rudder movement is more so in the back seats than it is in the front seat.
Flanagan Field, Diamond 8 was Alpha Bravo, downwind runway 21 Flanagan Field.
Simulated engine failure. This is going to be very realistic.
Around.
Alright, so what you told me, she just killed us?
No, we would have run off the end of the runway there.
Alright, fair enough. Let's get, yeah, you can come over to the right a little bit if you need to. Close to those branches.
It is very difficult to judge how you have to come in.
That is what an actual emergency landing is going to feel like, because that's going into a field or something like that. Greenville is not really a very realistic situation, right? It's definitely different. That's why you've got to be so much on your game when it comes to engine failures. So you guys practice going forward, and with really any landing you guys on stage 3 now, every single landing you guys should be picking a point and be able to land on that point. And if you can't, it's a go around. That's how precise you guys need to start thinking going this point forward. Alright, let's try it again.
Okay. Flanagan Field, Diamond 8 was Alpha Bravo, crosswind, runway 21, Flanagan Field.
Here you got obstacles, you got cars, you got a short runway, it's grass, you got a lot of different things. It is difficult.
It's hard to see.
It is. It is definitely difficult. Unfortunately, this is much more realistic. If you're going to have a bad situation, this is probably what you'd be expecting, of course. That's one of the reasons to come over here and do this.
This is great. Great practice.
Good practice. Yeah, absolutely. Alright, kill left throttle for me, sir. Simulated engine failure. Airplane's all yours. Flanagan Field, traffic 840 Bravo, base simulated engine failure, 21 Flanagan Field. Alright, seatbelts are on. Fire extinguisher we've got. Everything dangerous in the cockpit, secure, stowed. Engine and everything at this point will start coming to the off position.
Okay.
Don't forget, you got forward slips, you got all sorts of tools you can use. You didn't use
Yeah, I didn't use a single tool.
auxiliary forward fuel pumps coming on. There you go, this is looking better. That's it, I will come right out of your slip now. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. Gotta keep the nose up. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Keep it high, keep it high. There you go. Alright, that one's much better.
How's that?
Slung all the fuel to the outside and went away from the sensor. False. False. Winds have shifted a little bit on us, but I think it's calm enough. Don't see the grass moving.
There's a fire over here that smoke's pretty much going up.
Alright. Okay, sir, we'll get airborne, climb up to about 2 grand.
We're going to do a simulated rapid descent, emergency
3
descent.
grand it is.
3,000.
Thank you for the reminder. We'll do a quick power off, power on stall, heading back to Greenville.
Okay.
We'll do those under the instrument conditions.
Okay.
Got 2 things at once.
Flanagan Field, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, be departing runway 21, be departing the pattern to the east, Flanagan Field.
Drag release as soon as you get it airborne. That's why you want to get airborne relatively soon on your takeoff.
Is that okay?
That's better than the last one. Looks good. I'll take that one, that's pretty good. It's up, held it in ground effect, that's what you wanted or needed to do, that's what you did. Pretty good, good job. Alright, you have your goggles?
Yes I do.
Alright, I've got the airplane for you, I'll let you relax a little bit, get those on.
Thank you. I lot more fun here from the back when you do that.
Didn't quite have enough G's for it to come up hit you in the face. And whenever you want the airplane, no rush, it's all yours.
Okay.
Alright, airplane short, just fly heading of 060 up to 3,000 feet.
Traffic, Cherokee 2378 Tango, 7 miles out. Inbound for touch and go, Lake Country.
Okay, lost communication, lost procedures, not communication, but lost procedures. What are some of our options? I think we briefly talked about this last time.
Lost communications?
Or no, I'm sorry, just lost procedures in general. Cross country, you get yourself lost or distracted and get lost.
Yeah. We could find just a VFR waypoint. I mean, a road, something that's recognizable.
Okay.
Certainly, I can use this to pull up an airport, go to the chart, find look for anything that's noticeable.
Okay.
Water towers. Appreciate that.
You're welcome, sir. You do not have to flip that screen to this screen, correct?
No, I do not. Okay.
That's always there if you need it. If you have a loss of your PFD screen files, you can transfer it over to the right screen.
Greenville traffic, helicopter 854 Echo Charlie is taking off the medical center. Will be remaining just closed traffic below 300 feet. Take Greenville. That's kind of traffic.
Sir, let's fly heading of
5 miles to the
about 020 for a clearing turn.
Okay. 020?
You got it, 3,000 feet, 020.
Any traffic, 35465. Bound 5 miles to the northwest.
Altitude.
Okay, right turn, heading 120.
Leaving altitude.
This is traffic, Bonanza 6097 Echo Charlie, runway 20, pick Greenville. 1 Creek, exercise caution.
Alright, go ahead and show me a power off stall, please, sir.
Leaving altitude.
Lake County traffic, Cherokee 2378 Tango is overfly the airport, Mansfield. Enter teardrop for runway 4, Lake Country.
Pick ground traffic, I'm sorry, 840, Bravo 5 to the southwest, 3,500 feet, maneuvering Pick Greenville.
Ready, sir? Power off stall?
Power off stall, you're correct.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Traffic.
Okay, transition to a power on stall for me.
Downwind on the 45 for 05. Lake County traffic, Tango,
Leaving altitude.
South County traffic.
Okay, air recovery.
Switching up, I'm entering a right space for 21 South County.
Alright, my airplane.
Okay, your airplane?
My airplane. Alright, pretty good job on the stalls. Just get us away from the airport here a little bit. Okay, your airplane recovered.
Okay.
When you start to speed up, you want to slow yourself down by reducing the throttle. Always have a power application.
Leaving altitude.
And then once you get things under control, go ahead and resume power as you need to for normal cruise flight. Alright, go ahead and take the goggles off. I have the airplane.
Okay.
Israel, you're good in the back?
I'm good. Yep, thank you.
Alright. Airport's over to our right. We'll go left. Okay, recover the airplane.
Leaving altitude.
Power, 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 kill it. Again, always step one, you need to adjust power, otherwise you're going to overspeed and overstress the airplane, or reverse of that would be stall the airplane. Okay. So it's either full throttle or reduce that power so that you can at least eliminate speeding up too quickly and bring your power back up now if you want so we don't shot cool the engine. Okay, sir. So you can see the airplane is very maneuverable. It'll come right out of it. You just got to coax it to get it out. Alright, let's head over to Greenville. We'll do a steep spiral from 3,000 over the midfield of the airport and land. And on the landing, you can do a short field technique for me once you get on the ground. Just go through the short field technique motions.
Okay.
A little bit of that over at Flanning, and we'll just kind of round it off by going through medium braking. You don't have to tear up the brakes and tires, but...
I'm going to do this at 3,000 and you're going to do it right over the field?
We'll do it right over the field to a landing over 3,000. You will be the one doing the process. Okay, let me just check the...
213 Zulu, weather, wind, calm, visibility, 10. Clear, below.
You have one airplane holding short 20.
Okay.
Pit Greenville traffic, Bonanza 6097 Echoes, departure runway 20, departure to the west. Pit Greenville.
Alright, so he's going to be west departure. We'll let him get out of the way. Okay. And we'll steep spiral airport. He's coming out this way, so I would go that way. He's westbound, so he's going to be coming by the hospital and turning
20, okay. See him down there.
Okay. Big Greenville Trav Dumpster 840 Alpha Bravo is 2.3 miles to the west-southwest, 3,000 feet, we're flying the field and descending. We have the departure traffic on 20 in sight, should be no factor.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, which runway you want to land on?
Ringing and setting up for 45 degree and 34 runway 42 South Sky. Runway 21 South Sky.
He's doing 20, so I'll just go with that if that's alright. Wind calm.
Okay, that's fine. So just put yourself kind of right over the numbers of 20. And we'll do, I guess, a left-hand circle.
Okay.
And we're going to go all the way up, but do not exceed into the yellow arc on the airspeed.
Okay.
If you want to go ahead and kind of cut across on a, like a midfield crosswind type of scenario, the Bonanza's 1,000 feet on the roll.
See him.
He's airborne now. Big Ram Trav Dumpster 840 Bravo, over midfield 3,000 feet will be simulated engine failure, spiral to land 20 full stop at Greenville. Detail Bonanza. Okay, so one of the worst scenarios you're going to have is icing on an airplane. The other one is have some kind of a fire in an airplane, because that can kill you before engine failure. With engine failure, we can deal with a lot easier than, in most cases, than an engine fire. Don't forget you got a fire extinguisher in the back. We then have access to that. Also, we want to get on the ground. So go full power, or I'm sorry, power to idle, prop all the way forward. And we're going to leave the flaps up. Go ahead and start nosing over, go into a 45-degree bank angle. Start spiral. Make sure you stay coordinated on this.
Leaving altitude.
And then you're going to adjust the pitch for your airspeed. You can let the airspeed run on up. Okay, let it run on up. To about 120 or so. You should easily get 3,000 feet per minute descent.
Echoes, right turn out, departure to the west.
Big Grand Travis 0 Alpha Bravo is a steep spiral over midfield out 3,000, similar engine failure to Pickeringville. Correction 20 Pickeringville. There you go, look good. Don't get too fixated inside and get disoriented. At this point, come around on downwind, you can go ahead and slow yourself down. Yeah, get your flaps as you can. Now we'll go ahead and start a slip. Anything you do and keep us come down, drop your flap. Okay. And once you get full flaps, you can come out of that slip. Okay. Make your turn, and then go back into a slip on final if you want to. Fuel pump's coming on. Okay. Big Grand Travis 0 Bravo's final 20 Big Grand. And you can go ahead and pitch forward. Keep it right about 90 knots if you needed to, if you still have some altitude. Okay. Either way works pretty good. You can see, come down 120 knots, we're going to be a little faster than that, 90 knots. Yeah, you got to kick in that rudder and slip it. The thing you can do is make shallow S-turns if you need to. It's more effective on bleeding speed. Yeah. Oops, sorry, that was my side. Just remember, when you get down, if you have excess airspeed, it does you no good. Get rid of that airspeed on the descent. There you go. Altitude and speed will both keep you from landing. Alright, let's get the airplane straight. Deep breath, relax.
Pit Greenville traffic, maintenance will be crossing over runway 2 and 20 at Alpha 3. Any traffic in the area, please advise. Pit Greenville.
Alright, short field. And we'll continue down to the next one, that's fine. You never want to do a 180 on the runway if possible.
Pit Greenville traffic,
alright.
Clear of runway 2 and 20. Pit Greenville.
Israel, you good in the back? Yep. You haven't thrown up yet, have you?
Oh, yeah.
Alright. It's safe habit, don't touch on those flaps till you clear the runway. Okay. That will also fail you on a checker ride. It'll also get you in trouble when you start flying complex airplanes. You reach over, not thinking, pull up the gear instead of the flaps, and that's the reason why we don't do that. Start your habits early. So the only time you're going to reach over and reconfigure anything in the cockpit is if you're doing a touch and go. Okay. Otherwise, clear the whole short line, come to a complete stop, and then start fumbling stuff inside.
Pit Greenville traffic, Diamond 840 Alpha Bravo, clear of runway 220, Pit Greenville.
Alright, well that was fun.
Was fun, I enjoyed that.
Hopefully everyone got something good out of it today.
Always. Good. Can I go ahead and check the mags here?
Yeah, you got it. Let's go ahead and do that. A prolonged descent. What we just said there is a commercial maneuver called steep spirals, which it goes up to about 60 degrees of bank angle, and you've got to keep it over a point and then come in and time it with your circle so that you roll onto final and land at a specified point. Wow. That's kind of a good introduction to that. It's challenging. It takes a lot of practice to where you get really good adjustment and you really got to know your airplane. Just like over at flying, you really need to know your airplane quite well for the simulated engine failures. Out here at Greenville, you got a large margin because you got a mile and a half of runway. You don't always necessarily have that. Again, small field's your only option. You got to be able to say, I'm going to land here and get the airplane to a position where it's ready to land at that spot. Alright, questions from the Peanut Gallery? Anyone?
So on the spiral, it's okay to go above 108 on the speed?
Absolutely, as long as your flaps are up.
Okay.
That's going to be a limiting factor. The risk you run with being that fast airspeed, you can't make any sudden jerky movements. You know, think about your G-forces overstressing the aircraft. Other than that, if you Don't put a lot of G's, and the normal category of the airplane is good for 3.8 positive G's. So you can pull some G's, but you don't want to pull a lot. You're not going to hurt the aircraft.
Okay.
Technically, that spiral is a 1G maneuver, so the airplane doesn't care. So the recovery coming out of it, just like a spins don't hurt the airplane. So recovery coming out of the airplane, if it's capable of recovering, is what's going to hurt the airplane. Overstress the aircraft. What's the difference? Well, technically the difference between a spin and a spiral you gain airspeed, and it has some positive G's, but not much. A spin is a 1G maneuver and you don't gain airspeed, you're following at terminal velocity. That was fun, boys and girls. I guess all boys on this one.